Hey YouTube, so welcome back to my channel. So today, as you saw by the title of my video, I'm going to talk about my birth story and the first time I met my beautiful baby boy. So my son is going to be 2 in January. So he was born in 2017. So this video is a little overdue, but I just wanted to put my story out there. There's so many other moms that I follow and that I watch, and I just always wanted to be of help with someone. So okay, so my due date was January 14, and I could not wait that long. I was like, no, I need my son out. Now my pregnancy was awesome. Like, I didn't have any complications. I didn't have it was like, if you didn't see my stomach, like, I swear, like, I would have never thought that I was pregnant. Like, that's how, you know, my pregnancy went. So let's fast forward. I talked to my doctor and I was like, I want to get induced. I want my son out already. I want to meet him. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward to the day of my induction, which was January 7th. So I had to be at the hospital. My boyfriend and I had to be at the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I woke up, I don't know, I think I woke up like at 5 in the morning to like straighten my hair, make sure like I was mentally prepared for what was about to happen. So my boyfriend's like knocked out and I'm in the bathroom and I'm just like, oh my God, like this is the last day that I have to myself, like the last day known like to me as normal. Now I'm gonna have a whole new person that I'm gonna have to take care of, that I'm gonna have to, do everything for. Like, I'm gonna live for this person. So I'm like straightening my hair. I don't know, I don't know, like wanted to look nice for my son. I guess I have no idea. It was so stupid now that I think of it. But so 7 o'clock comes and I wake my boyfriend up and he's out of it. Like every morning he's always out of it, but he was like more out of it this morning. And he packed the car and excuse me, for it being January, it really wasn't as cold as what I thought it would be. There was no snow on the floor. And so like we moved recently, but we lived like 5 minutes from the hospital. Now we literally live like down the street from the hospital. But before that we lived like 7 minutes from the hospital. So I remember he packed a car and then I went to my son's room and I sat in the rocking chair and I was just like, this is it. The next time I step foot in this house, it's with my baby. So I'm like so nervous. I don't really know what thoughts to like process in my head. And so then I remember I went to the hallway and we have like this big mirror. This mirror that's behind me was in the hallway at one point. And I looked in the mirror and I rubbed my belly and I was just like, this is it. I'm going to be a mom. Like, this was the moment I've been waiting for. So my boyfriend was like, babe, the car's packed. Let's go. So we get down to the hospital. Now the whole car ride, we did not speak to each other. Like, we weren't mad. We weren't nothing. There was no words. Like, we did not speak. We didn't know what to say. Maybe he was overwhelmed. I know how I was feeling. I was like all over the place. So we didn't speak the whole car ride. So we parked the car and, we went to the 5th floor, which is maternity and like labor and delivery suite or whatever. I gave them my name. I, clocked in or whatever, signed in, and I waited for my doctor. I was the only person there. Like, there was nobody else having a baby. It was just me, my boyfriend, like 3 nurses, and my doctor. Like, it was a Saturday, so there was like almost nobody there. And my doctor purposely did that because he wanted to be the one to deliver me. He didn't want me to give birth and then he miss it. So it was like 8:10 by the time like we got into the room and like I changed and all that. Excuse me. And so he's like, okay, well, before we break your water, before we start you in the Pitocin, let me see how far you are, and then maybe we could do this the natural way and not have to induce you. So it's like, okay. So when he went to check me, I was still just 3 centimeters and I was only like 90% effaced. And that means that that's how thin your uterus is. So Okay, so he checked me and he was like, yeah, you're not really ready yet. I'm gonna still try to break your water before, just to see maybe this will speed on the process. Like, I kid you not, like, my son did not want to come out. Like, as soon as the doctor went and he put like this thingy on his finger. It looked like the rubber teethers, but it had like a little hook, to break the water. So he put his finger in there, and when he went to break the water, it's like my son like pushed away from him. Like, you saw my belly move. He felt it. I felt it. So he missed. So he was like, yeah, we're gonna have to do the pitocin, which is oxytocin, which is a hormone to help your uterus contract and whatever. So it's just like, okay. So they went ahead, they put the IV in, and they put it in my arm, and it was like so painful. Like, I have a lot of tattoos, but I'm not good with, like, if you put the IV like on these veins, and that's fine, but like on my hand, it was so painful. But the nurse was so sweet. Like, she was just like such a sweetheart, and like every 20 minutes though, I wanted to kill her, because she would like come in and was like, hey, how are you feeling, blah blah blah, and like, okay honey, I'm sorry, but we have to up the dosage. She must have upped my dosage up to like 28. I kid you not. Like, it was like every 10-15 minutes she would come in. But my contractions, I was starting to feel them, and they were mild. They just felt like period pains. But I initially went in the hospital knowing I didn't want an epidural. I signed for it anyway because I've never had a baby. Like, I don't know if it's gonna hurt. I don't know what to expect. I just know I wanted my first kid to be natural as possible, and no medicine, girl. So I was in for it. So by this time, it's like, my boyfriend's like trying so hard to calm me down. I'm just like, oh my God, like, these contractions were coming back to back to back to back. Like, I did not have a break. It was like minute after minute after 30 seconds after minute. Like, it was crazy. I probably had a 30-second like timeout prior to the next one coming in. It was bad. So, like, my contractions were just, they were going in. They were, like, killing me. So, it was like 3. It was like 3. And my doctor comes back in. He was like, okay, we're going to check you. We're going to see, if this is working, if you're a little more dilated, and then we're going to break your water. So, I was more dilated. I was, like, 5 centimeters. And he was like, all right, we're going to try to break your water. It's like, okay. Now, listen, I read, plenty of times. I YouTubed, I Googled, I talked to my family, my friend. Like, I say friend because I don't really have any friends. So I was, like, talking to so many people. Like, how is it going to feel when your water breaks? Like, what is it? Like, oh my God. Like, as soon as the doctor broke my water, that was, like, a big rush of, like, warm, hot, gushy water. Like, it was so nasty, and it was just like flowing and flowing and flowing. It was disgusting. I was just like, oh my God, like, this is what my water feels to get broken. Like, it was so nasty. But I did not know that the moment you break your water, the contractions come like a million times worse than what they were before your water got broken. Oh my goodness. Like, on a scale of 1 to 100, I think my contractions reached like 98, and I did it without medicine. So I'm like, like, my boyfriend gave me this freaking stress ball that did not work. He's like, just squeeze it, baby, it's okay, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, like, this does not work. Like, you're not getting it. Like, you never understand. The whole time, I didn't curse at him. I didn't do nothing. I was like freaking out. I was crying. Like, I was in so much pain, but I still didn't want the epidural. Like, I really wanted to do this on my own, So, hours passed by. Like, my friend came by, like, family came by, and it was just like, all right, let's get this ball rolling. Like, what's going on? I'm in so much pain, and there's no baby. Excuse me. So I got to 8.5 centimeters. And I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I need the epidural. I felt like every bone in my body broke. I was just like, oh my God, like I need something. So, I kept like ringing the nurse to come, and she was like, what's going on? Are you okay? I was like, I think it's time for the epidural. Like, do I still have time to get it? I'm in a lot of pain. She was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll call the anesthesiologist. They'll be here in like 10 minutes. Like literally 5 minutes came and I saw like heaven open up. Like I was so happy that this man came. And I like, they tried to time it, at least like for me, they timed it like in between a contraction so that he can put the needle in. But I didn't have a break. It was like contraction after contraction after contraction. I didn't have a break. So we had to wait. And I'm over here holding my boyfriend because I had to like bend this way. And like my boyfriend was in front of me, so I was holding him. And I was just crying. I was shaking. I was shivering. I was just like, I don't even know. Like I wasn't myself. It was just like, I cannot explain it. So I'm holding him, and then finally, he was like, you're gonna feel a slight pinch, try not to jump, but it's okay if you do. So like he cleaned my back or whatever, and he put the epidural in. Okay, so he had to have put like, I don't even know how much, because it was not working. Like it was not working. And then I laid on my back, and then like my baby's heart rate dropped. They didn't tell me not to lay on my back. Like I'm in pain. Like how am I not gonna lay on my back? So I guess I laid like the wrong way. So then finally, it was starting to work, and like it took my contractions away. Now, I was already like sad because my plan of wanting to go natural just like didn't work. But I was like, all right, whatever. So literally, I probably took like a 45-minute nap, and like, okay, so my contractions started slowing down like 15-20 minutes after the epidural. And I do that for a reason. I'll tell you why. So, I took like a 30-minute nap or whatever. And I wake up to like so much pain. Like I was like, it was like worse than what it was before I got the epidural. Like I'm shaking. I'm like in so much pain. And then I have the urge to push. Like I feel like my bones are breaking. Like it was so bad. So my epidural, it lasted for an hour, and I am beyond grateful for that hour because I know my body was going to give up. Like I was not going to be able to push my son out. So I'm really, really grateful for that hour. But oh my God, if I would have known that it wasn't going to work for me, I would have never gotten it in the first place, because I felt everything. Like, we'll get to that. So, okay, I get woken up and I'm in like excruciating pain, and it's just like unbearable. So I like tell my boyfriend, I was like, can you please check? I think his head is there. I feel like I gotta push. He was like, no, let's just call the nurse. I called the nurse and I was like, listen, where's my doctor? I really feel like I gotta push. And she was like, oh, try to fight the urge to push. We'll get your doctor. And I'm like, mind you, she doesn't know that like my contractions are back. So you're telling me to fight my contractions, fight the urge to push. And I'm just like, I'm gonna pop this baby out, whether my doctor is here or not. So like 10 minutes later passed by, and still no doctor, still no nurse, still nothing. Like I'm just here in pain, screaming, crying. So I told my boyfriend, I was like, please go get this doctor or check me. Like I'm about to push. He's like, no babe, it's okay. We'll get the doctor. And I was like, no, please check me. So then he was like, push the buzzer. I was like, if you don't get the fuck out the room and get the doctor before I have our son right now. So like he like ran and like out of the hospital room and like got the doctor. So the doctor comes in, and like the doctor thought, like my doctor was so awesome. He thought he was gonna just like check me. No, as soon as he lifted my shit up, like he knew I was ready to push. Like my son's head was right there. So he lifted my legs up on like the little thingies. So like I'm over here pushing, and I'm just like, I'm in so much pain. I'm scared I'm gonna poop. I keep apologizing to them just in case if I do poop. Like I was just like everywhere. Like I'm probably the only pregnant person that was apologizing to the staff. Like I was a mess. So my boyfriend's holding my one leg, and then he's holding like my leg and my arm, and then the other nurse is there, and they're like, you got it. Like I had like, they were like rooting me on. It was like, you got this, go. And I was like, I can't, I feel it, I can't stop pushing. Like I've never ever experienced this pain. it was crazy. So whatever, my son's head pops out, and I'm just like, so much relief when his head popped out. Like, I cannot even explain it. So then I kept pushing, and then like literally in 15 minutes of me pushing, my son was out, and so I'm just like, my body is like done. I'm like, I didn't want to push anymore. I wanted to give up. So everybody was just like, you got it, you got it. Like, I pushed so hard, I popped my IV out. I don't know how, but I popped my IV out, so they had to give me like a shot on my butt. Like, it was so crazy. So like, my boyfriend starts crying, and I'm not crying. Like, I'm so in shock. Like, I'm not crying. I'm looking up in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God, like, ew, this thing just came out of me. Like, oh my God, this is my baby. So he puts him on my chest, and then like, I'm just like holding my son. I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm still like in awe of everything, and I'm still watching myself because I still had to push to get the placenta out, and like, I had a delayed cord cutting because I wanted to wait until like the nutrients were in my son. So we delayed it for like 5 minutes, and then Trey went and cut the umbilical cord. My son is on me, and like, Trey's crying. All the nurses are like, oh my God, he's so beautiful, blah blah blah. So I'm like, I'm staring at the mirror. I'm like, ew, ew, ew. And my doctor's like, pay attention to your baby. Like, what are you doing? So whatever. So I delivered the placenta. I was holding my son. Boyfriend's crying, calling our parents and everything, because it was just him and I in the hospital room at the time. And so, everybody's just like, oh my God, he's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. So they go to weigh him. And as they're weighing him, my doctor, like, my son didn't, like, he didn't rip me, so I didn't need any stitches or anything, but he did scratch me. So the doctor was just like down there checking things out. And then I don't know what the heck he did, but I jumped. He was like, oh my God, can you feel that? I was like, yeah, the epidural, like, I felt everything. It didn't work for me. He was like, oh my God, you poor thing, blah, blah, blah. Girl, that was like the biggest pain of my life, like, whatever. So then my son, he didn't want to eat. He just wanted to like be on me. But then like, he was so strong. Like, as soon as he came out, he was like lifting his head up, just like looking around. And I was just like so in love. But when they had to take him, they had to take him to wherever they take the babies, and like brought me to my room and stuff. So like, nobody believed me that this epidural didn't work. So they was like, can you walk? I was like, yeah, like, I can walk, like, I'm fine. Like, it didn't work for me. So I wanted to take a shower like as soon as I got to the room, but they said I couldn't. I had to wait a whole 24 hours. So I'm just in my room, my boyfriend's there, and like, we're just like in awe. He's still bawling his eyes out. Like, I kid you not, from the moment I gave birth to like 2 weeks after my son was born, we was home, this kid did not stop crying. Like, I had to like slap him. Like, I had to slap the shit out of him to like wake up. I was like, babe, like, come on, like, I need you. Like, what are you doing? So then I still didn't cry though. Like, this is crazy that I didn't cry. But it was just like such an amazing experience. Like, it kind of sucks that we didn't get a chance to record it because it happened like so fast. But I would go through like a birth 10 times harder, 20 times more difficult, like 1,000 times more painful to have my son all over again. Like, he was just so perfect. And then now he's like almost 2, and I'm just like, oh my God, I miss him being like a little baby. But yeah, that was my whole pregnancy, birth story. Like, it was like if that moment time stood still, and like, it was just me, my boyfriend, and our son, and like, it was our family, and it was just like, it was perfect. It was so perfect. But next time around, I'm definitely gonna get that epidural way earlier. Like, I didn't know there was a 15-minute delay. Whew, ciao. Next time I'm definitely gonna get an epidural. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I also, I follow like everybody back. So again, I really appreciate you guys sharing this experience with me. Sorry it took like a year and a half for me to actually post a video like this. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting some more stuff out soon. And yeah, we'll go from there. Bye.